audience members are reporting different movie theaters sabotaging the Sound of Freedom.
God's children are not for sale.
Now, this has caused a whole lot of drama on social media. We're reacting, posting footage, and we're going to give you guys some of the details here. And I'll give you guys my ultimate assessment on if do I think this is accurate. Sound of Freedom. Audience members claim theaters are sabotaging showings. I've got a theory. Several moviegoers have claimed that movie theaters are internally sabotaging showings of the controversial film by either forgetting to dim the lights or, in at least one case, turning off the air conditioner.
Wow.
The word of mouth smash hit, which shocked Hollywood by beating the new Indiana Jones flick at the box office, tells the real-life story of anti-child trafficking campaigner and former Homeland Security agent Tim Ballard as he attempts to set up an organization known as Operation Underground Railroad. The accusation of experience tampering comes on the heels of the film being criticized by promoting pro-Q, blah, 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 that is true, by the way. Jim Caviezel, after this movie came out, definitely said some wild stuff about Q. He definitely said some stuff about the numbers, just kind of screwing up the numbers of how many kids are actually trafficked. And so this is true, okay? However, that doesn't mean that the film is bad or that the film is inaccurate. The film was done in 2018, way before the Q stuff was booming, okay? So we got to acknowledge that. Okay, since the film opened July 4th, several patrons of AMC theaters and Regal Cinemas have complained on social media that they have been forced to evacuate theaters due to unforeseen circumstances. The Post reached out to AMC for comment. One TikTok user who saw the film opening day claimed that the theatrical experience was uncomfortable. That sounds rather subjective. On a post with over 900,000 views, Ohio rapper Jamskillet, born Jacob Matthews, told his followers that when he saw the film with his girlfriend, there was no AC running and it was unbearably hot. Matthews, 30, said that he sought out an AMC employee and asked to have AC restored, only for the worker to reply that it wasn't working. The rapper also claimed that when he went to purchase tickets, the entire theater was almost booked, but when he arrived, it was just him. Well, we know that they've been giving out free tickets, so that's kind of weird.
As promotion, they've been giving out free tickets?
Yeah, like John McCrae has a link where you can get some free tickets for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. And I'm not saying all of this is free tickets, but they definitely are giving out free tickets. So that means he probably went in to get tickets, and then they said the theater was full because some of those tickets may have been reserved. The rapper also claimed that he went to purchase tickets. The theater was almost booked when he arrived. It was just him and a partner, maybe 8 other people in the whole theater. Okay.
Sounds like he's about to turn into Tom McDonald over here.
Yeah, definitely. Scroll down. All right. I didn't think anything of this until I got on TikTok a few days later, and come to find out that hundreds of people are experiencing the same thing. So AMC and Regal, the people who own it, are not running AC and they're making it hard to get tickets. Another user posted a video of employees offering attendees free passes to come back and see the movie again, hopefully without interruption after the lights
Failed to dim.
Yeah. Another user posted a video of an employee offering attendees free pass. Okay, sorry. The employee then said they apologized for the inconvenience, but we're getting it hopefully looked at later this week. Really commented. Okay.
All over TikTok that people are going to watch the movie The Sound of Freedom, and these weird things are happening, like random emergency evacuations, the air conditioning not working and having to leave the theater. And I thought, no, that's probably just something that's happening in other theaters and other places. So I took me and my daughters to go watch The Sound of Freedom today, and about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, we get a random emergency evacuation. None of the staff knows what's going on. The mall wasn't being evacuated, just the theater. All they did was refund us our money with no explanation.
Okay, so I want to point out something here. A couple things. Causation is not correlation. Okay, you have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people at theaters right now. Causation is not correlation. Now, we already know the Hollywood infrastructure is completely losing it because outsiders are coming in and crushing it at the box office. So whenever something like that happens, that's a thing, right? People are like, oh, what's going on? Now, but to jump out the window and say AMC and Regal are sabotaging their own showings of these movies, I think this is where Christians and conservatives start to take an L. I think there's already pushback against this enough where we don't need to then go and say just because 100 people had a bad experience that now this is a causation issue that they're intentionally trying to take this down. I think we just start looking goofy, in my opinion. The last thing they want to do, as movie theaters, is to send people out of their movie theaters. The last thing they want to do as movie theaters is to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They want to send people out of their movie theaters. They They make more money the longer we stay in the movie theaters. They sell more popcorn. They sell more concessions. You're more likely to come back to a movie theater if you have a good experience. So this notion that AMC and Regal and all these people are in cahoots with the Hollywood cabals to make this showing completely in uncomfortable for people, I think is just completely goofy. And I think this is how we take L's as folks. Stop it. Stop it. A causation is not equal correlation. Okay. Correlation doesn't equal causation. So there's 1,000 cases of this, and how many people have seen a movie? Millions of people have seen a movie. So this is the kind of stuff where we gotta fall back with this, like, hey man, they're out to get us. And Regal does not win by this movie failing.
I don't know, man. You want to see this last one?
Play the last one.
It's actually happening.
Give you our free passes to come back and see it again, hopefully without interruption. I unfortunately apologize for the inconvenience, but we're getting it hopefully looked at later in the week.
Can I trust you?
Sorry, guys.
Really?
This is called intentional. They
Yeah.
don't want it to go to the box office gross. Don't take the money.
Part of my job.
The lights are on. People are just watching the movie while the lady's talking through it. I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I don't.
No,
I don't,
I'm with you.
I think this is goofy. I think the notion that this is being conspired by the movie theaters who lose money and lose concessions and lose box office, because this is a long movie too, right? This is a long movie. This is a long movie too, and this is the issue.
Although
What?
them refunding the tickets so that people come back and spend more on concessions because they don't get their popcorn and the soda back, and they don't make the most money from the movie tickets. They make the most money from the concessions. Is actually a good play.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to Mike Smith. He said, "I don't think it's a big company sabotaging the movie. It's individual employees that look like." Yeah,
That's probably true.
that's probably true. I could see that. I could see individual folks who are like mad that these fringe Christians are coming in and doing that. We don't need a cabal theory.
There's probably a decent amount of Antifa members that maxed out at
Sure.
sweeping floors at a AMC.
And that's their lot in life. Their lot in
You know what I'm
life
saying?
is you're going to be working at a movie theater, and here come the Christians, and so you're mad. Conservatives and Christians come to see the movie, and we're going to take them down. I can see that happening. But the last thing we need is another goofy cabal, especially with Jim Caviezel making some of the goofy statements he's made about QAnon, especially some of the inaccurate numbers that have been reported in terms of there being 300,000 people who are kids who are being sex trafficked when it's actually 300,000 runaways. Okay, and only about, I think, 15 to 50,000 kids that be like, don't like this sort of stuff. You can't get the numbers wrong. You can't get the numbers wrong.
3 billion children.
Right. You
It's
can't
like,
you
whoa,
can't do that.
chill.
You can't. It's like Matt Walsh going on Joe Rogan, and they're like, "Hey, so how many kids are getting permanent, gender affirming care and surgeries?" And he's like,
I think it's in the millions.
It's in the millions." And then Joe Rogan Googles it, and it's like 5,000 over the last 5 years. This is where we start looking stupid. This is where we start looking stupid.
Oh, that's great.
Don't do this. Don't do this. And like take some brain gain classes so that you can better spot the difference between patterns and like coincidences. Because there are certain things that can just be coincidences, right? That doesn't have to be patterns to everything that's slightly suspicious. And we're like, they're coming.
If this happened during Finding Nemo, no one would say anything.
No one would say anything
They'd be
about
like, "Oh,
Finding
bummer.
Nemo.
Let's go see Finding Nemo again."
No one would say anything about Fast and the Furious 17.
Going to the moon.
Going to the moon. No one would be saying this. No one would be saying any of this stuff, right? So that would be, Sudoku. Like, y'all got to work on your critical thinking skills. Because this is, now, that sucks for those people that had a bad experience at the theaters. That's trash. But this movie is set to do over $100 million. $100 million. That's crazy for a $15 million movie.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
That's crazy talk. I used to fight these issues so hard, but I realized that you can quickly put these things over what Jesus tells us to do. Oh, absolutely. The conspiracy theories become people's religion. Y'all do be against skepticism too much. No.
Where's the X-Files drop?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Just because a movie theater is shutting down certain showings of this movie does not mean that it's actually a cabal trying to take it down. Now, does Hollywood want to take this movie down? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I think, especially having talking to somebody from Hollywood today, I think it's much more, hey, these are outside people winning inside of a system that's built on nepotism and cronyism. And so they're upset, as they should be. Now, are there some sus stuff that goes on in Hollywood? There should be. However, just because I push back on a hyper critical, hyper conspiratorial, paranoid point of view and worldview, that doesn't mean that every single conspiracy is true. Y'all got to stop with that. Like, that's you're doing goofy stuff. You don't got to do goofy. So, can there be bad faith actors who are sabotaging these theaters? Yes. Is it a multi-theater cabal across thousands of theaters? No, I don't think that's what's happening. And I think the more we create this sort of stuff, the worse we look as Christians. That's my opinion.
I like how Disney sold the movie as if like all of a sudden they're not for social justice.
Yeah,
you know, they're
true.
like, you know, now we're not a social justice company. It's not that deep. You know, just sell it. And then like there's the other side of things where they're like, yeah, it's Mickey and Mickey are now married.
That's a fact. They sure did. Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad that the movie came out. I'm glad that people are talking about this issue.
Yeah.
It would be cool for you to cover stuff like Freemasons and Nephilim. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, bro. It wouldn't be cool. It wouldn't be cool. You know why? You know why it wouldn't be cool? You know why it wouldn't be cool? Because all that points back to a fatalistic worldview that says that because they're pulling the strings, you can't make the choices about your life to make your situation better.
I'm just not really like super interested in talking about that stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we actually have covered it. And I think most people who adhere to those philosophies and things are playing themselves.
Why do you think Ruslan doesn't have any sponsors? Oh, man.
It's also brains struggle with finding patterns. So how many people you think saw this movie and had an amazing experience?
Probably a majority, yeah.
No. A majority?
I mean, I literally don't know how many.
99% of people saw this and had an amazing experience.
51%.
Yeah, a majority is 51%.
Yes.
So 99%. So what our brains do, our brains see the 1%, we take it and we exaggerate it, and then we go, see, everything is corrupt. That's how, right? But you can't think like that.
Yeah.
Like you can't look at the exception to the rule and then create a rule around the exception to the rule and think this is how most people are engaging. And we do this all the time. It's really bad. It's really poor critical thinking. It's really bad. It's looking at the 1% and then amplifying the 1% to be the standard. And the reality is, if there's 1% of situations where it was a freaking hot summer day in the middle of July, in the middle of Hicksville, Montana, where the temperature's 120 degrees and the AC shut down, that doesn't mean there's a freaking conspiracy to take this movie out of theaters. That means
ACs never break in the summer.
Because ACs never break in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's 120 degrees. They never break in the middle of summer. Like, stop it. Anyway, be wise as serpents. And this is, hey, man, look, bro, if you're getting it and you're adhering to all the loony conspiracy theories and you're talking about reptilians, drinking baby blood and all that stuff, bro, but your life is happy, do you, bro? I just say, I'm not saying there's a causation, but goodness gracious, is there a correlation of people who believe in some of the most loony conspiracies and just kind of having bad lives? All right. And I just don't want you guys to have a bad life. That's it. I want you guys to win. I really want you to win. I want you to do well in life. All right. And I think focusing on all the goofy conspiracy stuff is not helpful, in my honest, humble opinion.
True.
Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.